Alright, hello. I thought I'd make a video about nodeless projectiles. Those are projectiles which have no nodes and don't have like a raycast node. They don't have a mesh instance node. They don't have a mesh. Well, they sort of have a multi-mesh instance node in one example, but yeah, nodeless. The idea is that there isn't any nodes, and hopefully that takes away some performance cost from the CPU. However, after implementing it, and I have two different implementations here. I have the renderer server, and I have the multi-mesh instance. But I will be honest, the performance gains are marginal, if any, which is unfortunate. But the performance gains, I think they exist. It's very difficult to tell, but I think there is performance gains. I won't go to all this effort, and it doesn't really matter. But yeah, either way, I think it's important that I do share this. Because a lot of people have helped me over making various tutorials and things and watching them on YouTube, and yeah, I think it's very important that I share certain things. So the first thing I'm going to show is like my normal projectile, right? I suppose. I don't know, projectile. So my normal projectile is just it's a billboard mesh instance 3D. But it can do lots of fancy things, right? It has its own script. It can do lots of fancy things. I can make it do interesting movement patterns and interesting blah blah blah, which is definitely the advantage of the mesh instance as opposed to the nodeless projectile. And you got the nodeless projectile. We've got the first solution was a you load your plane mesh and you load up some materials. You create your projectiles in a pool of projectiles with the renderer server. You store some information in an array. I changed to dictionaries with the other version because I thought it was cleaner, even though somebody did mention that arrays are faster, but I don't think the performance gains are marginal, like minimal, not even marginal, minimal. Anyway, yeah, you move your projectiles, you raycast your projectiles. I'm really proud of this one. This was really clean. Actually, this is really clean solution. And I will be sharing this code, so don't worry. But I'm not going to go over it. I just want to show the different solutions. And then we've got the mesh instance solution, the multi-mesh solution, which is just I create pools of projectiles with the multi-mesh and different depending upon the materials. But yeah, so I'm going to play the game now to show like the different versions in action. So the first thing is an implementation. Firstly, I'm going to show off the normal mesh instance 3D. So I go to weapon mount, weapon. Yeah, okay, this is correct. Yeah, okay. So up at the top here, oh wait. Up at the top here, I've got you're barely going to be able to see it on the video, unfortunately. But I've got the debug here. Got some frame counters, and wish I can do this. Maybe that's a bit better. And you know, you can watch the FPS, and there's an average here. And you can see that dip there. The lowest was 70 right there. So you're averaging around, the middle one's the average. So averaging is 200, but that's incorrect really. It's quite low, it's around 100 FPS. Really. And especially when they all get close like that, you know. But a lot of that's the audio server situation, which I'm yet to optimize. Just don't want to make sure that it's too loud. Anyway, I think you get the idea. You know, we're getting lows of 60 FPS, which is a low of 60 FPS is okay, really. But I am on a 3080, right? And I've got a good CPU and all of that, so you've got to take that into account. And then I can go into, this is the multi-mesh solution. I think to keep it short, I'm just going to show the multi-mesh improvement. So that should, and then I delete this. Yeah, and then I go here. I do this. Yeah. And trust, I think the test isn't fair because I did do something else. I lowered the fire rate. But I think you can see there is a slight improvement. But it is marginal. Yeah, it's not the dream solution that I would have liked. But perhaps it's a start, especially if I can find other solutions to other optimizations. So yeah, I think that's going to be that for this video. Like I say, I'm going to just drop the code in the description maybe. It's not going to be it's not going to be sort of suited to every project, right? You're going to have to mess with it. You're going to have to confirm it and all of that. Malform it or whatever. And like I say, you can try the renderer server. Maybe you'll find that one better. Maybe you'll find the multi-mesh version better. You know. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on.